Go on, Taylor.
HyuN's Queen actually at the proxy hatch injected instead of dropping Creep Tumor. What do you think about this? Do you rather see
That is
Creep
a
Tumor?
much more aggressive approach, and now we can see why. It's because HyuN is making so many links. He's
And
gonna
an
flood
Evo.
links of four hatcheries with one inside the base. So HyuN does not want this game to go on. Even forcing the photon overcharge is pretty good for him because once that photon overcharge is forced, then PtitDrogo's not gonna have another
with the
one
nerf,
for a while.
yeah, he doesn't.
And PtitDrogo, almost as a reaction, is making additional pylons, but those pylons are not gonna help any. Like those pylons don't do anything because there's no photon overcharge available right now. The second Oracle, however, is gonna be fantastic defending against mass amounts of links. There goes the second photon overcharge, but no wall off. And there is the link flood indeed, Taylor. We'll see what PtitDrogo is able to do here.
Probes are being pulled. No energy on the first Oracle. The
good.
second Oracle is the only way that can really deal with the link sensitive depth.
Yeah.
But how's he actually supposed to keep stopping the link floods? Because the natural or the third of Drogo's
It's gonna siege. That's just gonna be GG. A brilliant tactic by HyuN here, identifying that his hatchery went up. He thought, okay, link flood is already good. Basically, I'm gonna use the hatchery inside to just have a way to drop links into PtitDrogo's main, and that's why he injected instead of the creep tumor, right? If he was going for a macro approach, he would have just dropped the creep tumor.
Just delay it.
That could have been a big tell for PtitDrogo. As off to what he should have done instead, I'm not sure.
But
it seems
how
like
many
you
times
have
do you
to
think
kill-
he's actually faced it on ladder?
None.
Yeah, exactly. So he probably didn't know how to react to it correctly, which is always the case.
Definitely a really good build by HyuN. I'm not sure what PtitDrogo should do from that position other than just kill the hatchery when it goes up or go for a one base all in, which would have worked, I think, to a good extent. Maybe not, though. I mean, I don't know. That was a cool tactic by HyuN. I haven't done... I've done proxy hatches, but usually either I go one hatchery behind it or I drop the spawning pool right away, and if they don't kill the spawning pool, then that can end the game in itself because you can just make, for example, roaches with burrow off of two base, one being at your opponent's side of the map. But in this particular case, other than killing that hatchery, I'm not sure how PtitDrogo should have reacted. That was a really cool build by HyuN.
The third is just
I'd
so
have
hard to
think about
defend,
that.
though, from where Drogo took it, because...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the ramp's just undefendable, especially with the, like, I heard it from a lot of Protosses, especially with the nerf to the Photon Overcharge, that third is so hard to defend against any kind of Zerg aggression because they don't have the spam ability of the Photon Overcharge.
Yeah, and the cool thing about HyuN's build is that it's the duality of it, right? Like, because HyuN could, off of 4 hatcheries, off of 3 hatcheries on his
he
side
didn't
of
even
the
have
map.
queens to inject, he just had the 4 hatcheries.
He had
one queen.
absolutely. But that's because the hatchery went up.
Yeah.
You see, like, this build was a very reactionary build by HyuN. If the hatchery hadn't gone up, for example, he could have just macroed